Hey everyone, happy weekend. We're here in Cavite. There's an event for adventure riders organized by Adventurer PH called Bikes, Brew, and Barbecue. So the idea is for adventure riders to get together, have fun. There's a flat track here. There's a trail where everyone can enjoy. There are also brands here like CF Moto and Suzuki offering Testa bikes. And most important of all, the reason why we're here, there are riders who have CF Moto 450 MT and Royal Enfield Himalayan 450. We're gonna give it a try, and then what I'm gonna do is get insights. Let's do it.
Okay, so this is what, the first quarterly Adventurer and CDS Off-Road Playground invite. So basically give a short summary of the place. This CDS Off-Road Playground has a track, a flat track, and a trail. So a 10-kilometer trail that's divided into two sections, and relatively easy 7-kilometer section, relatively hard 3-kilometer section, and a flat track where you can take power slides at any speed you want. So I'll go first from a perspective of a former Himalayan owner and a current T7 owner. Of course, there will be some biases, but I'll start with the Himalayan. Madali i-describe. It's a comfortable adventure tourer. If you want to tour in comfort, in peace, enjoy the view, exactly its name, Royal Enfield Himalayan. If you want to do the Himalayas ride, I would say this would be the perfect bike for it. They perfected it in that way. Slow, appreciate nature trails. I think that's what it is best for. Unfortunately, a CDS off-road playground, medyo hindi sila bagay for me in the Himalayan, where you want to go aggressive, you want to slide your ass out on every turn. Medyo kulang siya doon. Pero ramdam ko yung plushness ng suspension, yung comfort ng ride, and I can imagine myself doing a Cordillera Adventure Tour, a Philippine Loop, and if you go foreign, of course, the bucket list of everyone, the tour of the Himalayas. So I think that is its main strength. Comfort touring, comfortable touring. To compare to the CF Moto, which is the bike, today's bike. Everyone's all hype about it. Masyadong ang hype yung iba. Pero okay, short. If you want me to go short, it's a mini Tenere 700. Basically, it's a Tenere 450. I think CF Moto did a good job of copying what was good with the T7 and making it accessible for Asian riders, for the Pinoy rider. Low seat height, affordability, but it has your playfulness, it has your dinagdagan na niya ng bells and whistles, modes, mirrors, everything naisip na niya. So, kung wala ka pang ADV bike, I would suggest you take a long look at this. It is very adjustable, may rally seat. For me, it was a bit cramped, but may rally seat sila, so walang problema. Those things, ano na yon, after madaling ayusin. I will nitpick a little. I think that it's so good that you expect so much of it. When you're seated on it, it feels like you're on a Tenere. Tank is even wider. It feels like a Tenere, it looks like a Tenere, it looks like a mid-size adventure when you're seated in it, but it's so fucking light that it's so flickable, it's so maneuverable, but then you go into an oops moment and it's like, atang ina, hindi to enduro bike, adventure bike pa rin to. You're gonna drop it pa rin. Meron siyang ganon. Kala mo, ang galing-galing ko na. Ay, putang ina, hindi pala. May ganon siya. Pero, it's not a fault of the bike. In fact, fault siya kasi sobrang galing yung bike, di ba? It makes you think I can do anything. But it actually brings you back to reality as well. So, parang pro and con at the same time in relation with the Tenere. It looks like a Tenere, it feels like a Tenere. On the flat track, when you give it the power, it's not a Tenere. Okay? It doesn't have the mid-size power. That's not the fault of the bike itself. It's a 450cc. You cannot compare it. Sabi nga nila, apples and oranges. But you can compare it. Pero yun na nga, don't expect it to give you that power on that power slide. Pag ganun mo, may nakita kang jump dito sa trail, may jump, you're like, fuck, I'm gonna take this. Pag ganun mo, ay, putang ina, wala. Bagsak ka lang ng ganun. So, you need some pre-planning. It doesn't have the power of a mid-size bike. Again, it's not a fault. 450 talaga siya eh. Yun talaga. You have to learn how to ride it. And last nitpick ko, galing kay Randy. Kasi coming from a T7 owner, kukuha ko ng 450 because I want to have an adventure commuter. Yun yung main reason ko. Ayoko ibenta yung T7. I would keep the T7, keep this as a commuter, budol trails. Pero yung fuel mileage is sort of a deal breaker for me. I get 23 kilometers per liter from the T7. Randy only gets 16 kilometers per liter on the 450. For me, parang hindi makatarungan yun for a 450. From a 450, I would expect anywhere from 28 to 30, 26 minimum. So, pero if you're not gonna use it every day, that's not a deal breaker for anyone. For me lang, I commute on my motorcycles. Yun yung third nitpick ko about the bike.
Alright.
From this side.
Pressure ako ah.
Oo nga eh. Parang lahat na cover. So,
Siguro regular na to
so I come from the perspective naman of a former Hima owner as well, that I have maxed out, I would say, that bike capability, and I am looking for the next bike to buy. But given my Asian sizing, very short, I'm 5'3", my bike options are very limited. So I was either choosing between only the two. The mid-sized ADV bikes is out of the question for me. The 700s, as I've tried, I can handle a Tenere on the road, but not on, pagka napunta ka off-camber situations, alam mong naghahanap ka ng sakit ng katawan. And I tried also that in the other mid-sized ADV bikes. So for me, the option was sticking on a 400 range, and again, it was also an option between the Himalayan and the MT450, but the MT450 got to my heart because simply I was also looking for something different. I actually, when I tried both bikes, actually I own a 450 MT. When I tried the new Himalayan, first start, of course, thumper, it feels like a Himalayan. That tug 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 tug, that thumper feel, it's a Himalayan. But for me, when I tried the 450 MT first rev, now I feel like, oh, I'm in a Tenere. So I'm in a mini Tenere. So it's something na parang a new character for me. So far, I would say both are upgrades from where I came from. Even maxing out the old Himalayan on trails, trying to do stuff with it. The low-end grunt is really, andun lang siya eh. I mean, yun na yung limitation niya, doon na yung power niya. Ito, if you wanna try something else. A while ago, I was trying the new Himalayan. Every time, I was trying to break traction. The nice thing that I liked about it is its linear delivery. Para sa akin, masasabi ko, the new Himalayan is, if gusto mo rin maglaro, may ibibigay siya, and it gives it kinder. Kumbaga, you break traction, it's not like when you break traction, you'll feel like, uy, I'm gonna be out of control. Alam mong kaya mo siyang bawiin. For the 450 MT, although, since it has, for me, it has more responsiveness, so it's easier to break traction. It's more fun in my perspective, but it's also something that, alam mo yun, if you're looking for that kind of riding, masaya yon. But one thing about the 450 MT that a lot of people appreciate, especially me, is its height adjustability. So you have a bike that can go as low as 800 mm seat height, which I'm using right now, to 870 mm. So napakalaki ng kaya niyang i-accommodate. In the perspective of long rides, kasi pagkakuha nung akin, inabra ko kagad.
Break in.
So abra kami kagad with the TLR. And lahat ng kasama ko doon was on GSS. Well, of course, with some riding skills involved, hindi ako iwan. especially on doing the national roads. Sa highway, of course, pag nagbanatan na ng ano yan, wala, say goodbye. But the bike will comfortably cruise a bit above or a bit below the red line at 140, 138. Ganyan. You don't want, kaya pa niya mag 150, I maxed mine at 151, pero parang you don't wanna keep the engine there din. Pero ganun yung characteristic niya. Pero since yung responsiveness niya nandun on overtaking on national highways, sobrang enjoyable siya. I don't feel na may iwanan ka. And I guess it also for the Himalayan ganyan din eh. Nung when I tried it, the power parehas halos pero kinder si Himalayan. So for me, it's the bike that I enjoy now, the 450 MT. I think it's with the character, the lightness is there. It's wider, but it feels when you maneuver it, it feels like you can handle it. Yeah, and then yung seat talaga, it gives a bit more confidence for shorter people like me. So, and one more thing, sorry, last thing, smoothness. Talagang smooth yung ano. The nice thing about 270-degree crank is that kahit nasa higher revs ka, kahit nandun ka sa 150, you won't feel like it's gonna go wild yung puputok ba yung makina kasi sobrang smooth niya. And the gearbox is also smooth, mahaba halos lahat. So yun, so basically those are my thoughts on the 450 MT. For the Himalayan, I only had a short time with it, but it feels like it's also a bike that has, andun din yung power pag kinailangan mo, but it's also kinder. Mataas nga lang yung seat, 825 for me. So yun lang.
Alright.
Ako naman, I wasn't able to ride the Himalayan kanina, pero nasakyan ko siya. And based on the feedback ng mga taong nag-ride sa kanya, yung bagong Himalayan, although it has more power than the previous iteration ng Hiba, the 411, this one retains yung sabi nga ni Edri, yung thumper characteristic ng engine. Mabait pa rin siya, it's very linear. And nung sinakyan ko siya, ano siya, sa tingin ko if I had this bike when I went on yung trail kanina, mas madadalian ako. Kasi ano siya parang mas narrow siya. When I got my bike on that trail, yung mga switchback, tapos may mga sanga in between, honestly, nag-hesitate ako. Kasi feeling ko anytime, when I look at the tank, when I look at the handlebar, pag nagkamali ako ng pasok, tatama yung bike ko. And it's something na siguro I can cure with more seat time with the MT, pero yun nga lang kanina yun ang drawback ng wider stance ng bike eh. Pag mga ganong tight turns, tight trails, medyo mag-aalangan ka. And I think yung approachability ng 450 MT, it shows today kasi ang daming dumating na naka 450 MT. Meron nga akong kasama, ayun si Kenneth. Ano lang siya bro, first big bike and first trail ride niya today. Wala pang crash guard yung ano niya, yung 450 MT niya.
Hindi naman siya na-drop?
Hindi naman siya na-drop. Pumasok siya kanina, part siya ng group natin, group 2, siya yung nahuhuli.
Okay.
Akala ko, kaya iniwan ko na, dumiretso na tayo kasi akala ko, sabi ko kasi sa kanya, at any given time, when you feel na hindi mo kaya, turn back, balikan na lang, wala namang problema dun eh. Pero I was surprised na kanina dumating siya. Sabi niya, "Sir, ano na ako? Sa group to na ako sumama kasi masyado nyo na ako naiwan." Sabi ko, "Kamusta naman? Hindi ka naman na-trauma?" Sabi niya, "Hindi naman. Hindi rin siya nag-drop." So, it goes to show na yung bike, ako kahit papano, may experience naman ako, nakapag-FJ naman ako. I did the flat tracks din kanina. Nakaka-enjoy yung bike. Although tama yung sabi ni Sir Julio na don't expect too much power from it. If you know the limitation of the bike, if you come into terms with the displacement na kahit ba mini Tenere yan, it doesn't give you the power of the Tenere 700. Mag-enjoy ka pa rin naman eh. Sa flat tracks kanina yung mga power slides. Tsaka nakakatuwa kasi yung characteristic din ng 270-degree crank eh, no? Iba rin eh, no? May pagka-playful din eh. So parang feeling mo ang bilis-bilis mo sa flat track kanina, tapos pag step mo ng rear brake, ang ganda lang tignan. So both are equally good bikes, base nga dun sa napag-usapan namin ni Julio. Siguro adding to what Sir Julio Biloso said, if you're in the market for your first ATV bike, ako bias yung magiging suggestion ko. With the adjustability and the out-of-the-box features ng 450MT, by all means, go for it. Ayun lang. Eto, dito na tayo sa idol natin, ang 3-time, FJ and Rimba finisher. Rimba Raid ko! Dapat to binigyan ng libreng, bagong hima eh. Poster boy.
The only Hima that finished that.
Yes!
The only Himalayan that finished yung Rim Parade qualifier here in General Nakar. Congrats, brother.
Thank you guys. Thank you. Ayun, so yun nga, we're talking about the Hima 450 and 450MT. So, yun nga, coming from Hima 411 na ang tagal kong ginamit sa yun nga, 3 FJ, tapos Rimba Raid, and of course various trips na rin. Sobrang na-feel ko na yung limitations niya. So dati pa lang hindi pa nga nababalita itong 450MT. Sana maglabas na sila ng bago, something na in-improve yung kung ano yung meron. Kumbaga sobrang happy ako dun sa 411 and nung nachichismis na itong bagong 450, puro ako sana ganito, sana ganyan, sana ganito. And most of it na deliver naman itong ng Hima 450. Okay, being objective sa akin, again, to each his own, and it all comes down to preference. Going through the details, I admit mas marami talagang bells and whistles yung 450MT. The looks, yung mga simple details na sana may ganyan din sa Hima, sana ganyan, mga ganun ba. Pero kumbaga, I understand CF Moto has to come in aggressive kasi to enter this market eh. So I think they did a good job with the 450MT, and yun nga, sobrang hot niya ngayon. Okay, and ako naman sasabihin ko why I still chose the Hima 450. So ito yung unit ko, Hima 450. Ako kasi parang feeling ko mas bagay sa personality ko to. Bagay sa personality ko and sa riding style. Yung sa 450MT parang parang nakakabata eh. No? Ang Jeff Rocks mo pag yun yung bike mo eh. Nakakabata siya ng mga 10 years ganyan. So parang ito yung tamang bike for my age and for my style and riding din. And honestly, I fell in love with the rin kasi, yung heritage ng Royal Enfield. Kumbaga, what it stands for, the history, yun. Tapos, gusto ko pa rin yung rugged looks niya. Like yung una kong pinost nga to, ang sabi ko, everything else looks the same to me. So lahat ng bagong adventure bikes parang looks the same. Bristol, CF Moto, lahat ng adventure bike na Dakar inspired, everything looks the same to me. Na kumbaga ako, hindi naman sa gusto ko mag-stand out, pero para sa akin mas nagsa-stand out yung styling nito, yung styling niya, and yung pagiging rugged niya. So hindi nawala yung So yun, hindi nawala yung yung Himalayan. Now comparing the two, na ride ko kanina yung 450MT, lahat ng sinabi nila to the point yon. It's aggressive, it's a fun bike, it looks good, and yung power, parang hindi ko alam kung sensitive talaga siya no? Parang ganon. So tama yung sensitive to eh. Sensitive. So parang ganon parang mas mabait yung mas bagay sa riding style ko tong Hima. Ako naman medyo kalma lang naman ako mag-ride eh. Tapos top speed. Takot na ako, umabot ako ng 140. Okay na ako doon. So tamang-tama lang siya sa akin. And
parang hindi totoo yan Parang ang dami kong videos na hinahabol kita sa trail
sa trail. Pero kumbaga yun naman kumbaga riding comfortably, tsaka yung for fun lang. And I guess I think both bikes are very capable di ba? Kumbaga yan talaga yung magsa side by side sa mga next ride, next events di ba? Kaya nga nakakatuwa yung ginawa natin ngayon na comparison. So to end it again, it all comes down to your preference. Ako, mas gusto ko lang talaga yung styling nito. Pero I wish some of the features of the 450MT is nandito. Diba? Tapos, one thing din the difference yata is ito comes with a 3-year warranty, unlimited mileage. CF Moto is
3-year warranty.
3-year warranty
On the engine.
on the engine.
1-year warranty on the electronics and then 3 months on the muffler.
Yun. So, kinonsider ko rin kasi yun eh. Kasi syempre, CF Moto matagal na rin. Pero at this segment, tsaka this bike, bago pa rin talaga. Well, same as Hima, bago rin naman. Pero that's one thing I considered also. Tapos, ako eventually, feeling ko mas marami din magiging mga accessories to. I think parehas lang naman eh. No? Lalabas yung mga accessories niya.
How much did you pay for the bike?
For the bike is 350. 350 siya. This version. Oh. Mayroong dalawa kasing version eh. Parang isa to sa mga limited edition na colors.
This one is yung Summit ba?
Hanle Black.
Hindi, yung Summit.
Hindi ko sure eh.
Summit Pass, tapos yung entry, yung kulay brown.
Oh, yata. Tapos meron pang rally version. Rally version. Oh.
Yung white.
Oh, tapos isa pa na sana meron din sa Hima 450 yung tubeless rims. Ako, I was hoping nga kasama yung tubeless rims eh. Pero
Can I say something?
Sure.
Tubeless. Ako dati sobrang the tubeless rims before a year ago. Puta, sobrang yes if they comes out. Pero with Reborn's Pinoy tubeless method, who
Eto, ginawa na to ng Reborn.
No, Reborn.
Palit gulong kagad ako, kinabit din ni Dennis to.
who needs
Yeah.
tubeless spokes at tubeless rims anymore with that conversion?
Yo,
diba?
gusto nga habang ginagawa ni Dennis, tumatagaktak yung pawis niya eh. So ayun, so far first time kong nag-tubeless sa motor. Usually tubeless talaga ako sa mga bikes ko, sa mountain bikes. Pero sa motor first time. So I'm sure yung performance niya will be better. Kumbaga since may sealant siya, rin siya puncture resistant eh, di ba? Yun, tapos you can go lower pressures na hindi ka natatakot na masisira yung interior. So yun.
What's next for you sa bike na to? Ano pang
Actually, pinako dito. Kailangan ko lang yung rally kit. Merong rally kit siya na crash guard and bash plate na rin. So yun. Pero for now, happy na ako rito. Siguro yung accessories na lang like mga luggages, back. Syempre, pag bumiyahe tayo. Yun. So yun, again, thank you Royal Enfield Bacoor for making Singit me in the list. Yes.
Anong naramdaman mo nung na-drop ni kaibigang Aaron kanina yung...
Well, hindi niya naman talaga na-drop. Hindi naman na-drop.
Aaron,
Pero tumakbo ko. Tumakbo ko. Pero yun,
Lakas ni Aaron ha?
oo nga eh.
Napigilan niya.
Hirap nun.
Oo.
Yun nga, wala pa kasing crash guard. So, pero I think pag nag-drop siya, ito talaga eh, hindi parang wala naman tatama sa
Hindi naman
engine.
tatama yung baba.
Unless nasa bato-bato ka eh. So, I think safe naman siya for now. Pero yun, I'm waiting for the rally kit, rally protection kit yung tawag nila eh.
Anong mas magandang gamitin for MJ Moto?
Siyempre, Hima 450.
Very controversial. Ano na naman
Controversial na naman
Julio,
to eh.
Tipigyan natin si kay Mr. Controversial.
Ayan. Ikaw kasi wala kang Hima 450 or CF Moto eh.
Wala naman. Kung tanong mo yun nga, babagsak yun sa personal preference. Ako, personal preference ko, fuel mileage aside, CF Moto. Kumbaga, at my riding style, my skill level, my strength level siguro at this time, parang medyo pa ako. I'm going on the aggressive side.
Yeah.
So, I'd like the playfulness of the CF Moto compared to the Himalayan. Very relaxed. So, yun nga. Personal preference.
Yeah.
But, I'm seeing next FJ Moto.
Yan na.
Ano ba to? 450 MT.
Ang dami yan.
Pambansang
bike ng
ADV.
bayan. Oo nga eh.
Pambansang ADV. 50% ata last FJ3 T7.
May sarili category din.
Itong 450 puta baka T7 saka ito na tapos the rest. Yun ang magiging next no. Yun na nga eh. The 450 would have been nice but the fuel mileage is a bit of a deal breaker because I want to commute with it. I don't want to get 17 kilometers out of a 450cc. So I don't know if it's a break-in thing. That's why I'm asking Randy to keep track of it. maka 25 man lang siya para medyo makatarungan, okay na ako dun. But I don't need, personally, I don't need a lighter bike now. I have a 150. So, but parang pride issue rin eh. The 450 MT. I think, I was having fun drifting, I was having fun jumping. I think the 450 is more capable of those things between the two. So,
siguro yung yung maneuverability ng
Height, mas
ng
mataas, mas matangkad din to eh, no?
Kasi yung 450 MT, kahit ba drain up ko na, so medyo abot ko na, it's dropped to 800 mm seat height. Pero nung kanina nga, nung medyo technical yung terrain, switchbacks, tas yung mga in between the sangas, ako talaga, parang feeling ko tatama anytime yung 450 MT.
yeah, can I add to that? So yeah, I tried the 450 twice around the trail. The 450 MT is actually harder to turn on the hairpin turns than the T7. Parang sa laki nung tangke niya, ang laki nung turning radius niya, naglalak ka agad. That's what I felt. I was like, kasi I did it earlier on the T7. Second time ko na dito, I was like, medyo kabisado ko na. When I went on the 450, ay putang ina, tatama ko sa puno. Lalagpas ako. Na medyo nagulat ako doon. Again, it's not a fault. It's something you have to learn. Pero yun na nga, for a 450, I wish it had a smaller tank.
Yeah. Smaller, narrower, kahit yung yung handlebar, feeling ko mas makitid yung sa Himalayan. Plus yung ergonomics niya, eto kasi kahit drain up ko, I think it's meant for a taller person, yung mga 5'6" at least na person. Bukod sa malapad yung turning radius niya, the fact na maliit ako, maiksi yung kamay ko, ang layo nung turn ko. Ganon. Sorry, again, going back to what Julio said, hindi fault ng bike, kasalanan niya ng parents ko. Medyo matangkad kasi yung...
Next time kasi mag-heels ka.
Tama. Pero kanina, I dropped the bike. Doon yung isang switchback na pakanan yung turn. Kasi nga, ang hinabol ko ang haba nung handlebar. So I dropped it kanina. Pero thankfully yun lang naman. Ayun, siguro it's something that I have to live with. It's something that I have to upskill myself to control, to master. Pero yun nga, preference wise, yung dimension, yung narrowness nitong Hima is para sa height namin mas okay siya.
Sobrang ngayon iniisip ko pa rin isasagot ko dun sa tanong na yon.
Solve na to eh.
Pero I really like the parang kahapon nasakyan ko uli yung Himalayan ko. So doon ko na-realize magalaking bagay yung maliit yung tangke sa harapan. So yung field of vision mo din, hindi intimidating kasi parang kita mo yung ano yun nandito compared sa, alam mo yun, nakaharang na yung tank. And then it felt lighter kahit yung old Himalayan ko kasi parang manipis lang yung, maliit lang yung yung nasa harapan mo na naglalaro. I just felt more comfortable doon. So medyo nung sinakyan ko to kanina parang ganun din yung feeling kasi manipis lang yung nasa harapan mo. I liked how plush the suspension is. I was trying to go out with speed kanina, playing around with it. Sobrang goods din siya. Although the 450 MT, ang pinakamaganda doon yung you can adjust the suspension eh. So once it's tuned in, that's sweet eh. So I guess yun lang. And ako, if you're on the market for something na kinder, parang ganyan, you think that your skill level, you're not yet so aggressive, that's what the 450 Himalayan gives. Nung I was trying to power slide it, parang alam mo, hindi ka pupunta sa hindi ka pupunta sa, alam mo yun, out of control, hindi ka itatapon, parang ganyan. But if you're looking for a good all-rounder, actually, and bells for whistles, for the price and everything, wala ka na kasing i-upgrade yung 450 MT.
Mura siya, di ba?
Yeah, tapos ano, mga small things lang like yung the tawag doon,
Shifter, folding shifter.
the side mirrors, the folding shifters, tubeless wheels, yun
Ang
talaga.
i-upgrade mo sa 450 MT, yung skills mo talaga.
Actually, skills house yung iba decals. Plus 25 horsepower yun eh. Yun lang naman. Alright. But again, it's up to your own preference. I would invite everyone, test the bikes, ride it. Buti na lang may mga friends din tayo like kami ni Edri, pinairam din namin sa friends sa motor namin so that they can test it on the actual, alam mo yon,
Gandang testing ground to.
the actual surface.
Testing ground.
Sometime I know CF Moto also will have their own events to do testings, like 4 wheels and 2 wheels, they'll do some sort of event na ganon. I think, I don't know about sa RE, pero abangan nyo yung mga ganon so that you guys can really test it and see for yourself. Marami ka maririnig online eh. Everyone will say what their feel is, pero iba yung ikaw eh. So ayun lang naman.
Okay, final thoughts. Palagi natin sinasabi niya, to each his own. Kumbaga both bikes are very capable. I agree that CF Moto 450 MT is mas more bang for the buck, di ba? Pero kumbaga the Royal Enfield Himalayan is a Royal Enfield Himalayan. So para sa akin ano yun eh. May dating sa akin yun. Yun lang.
Yun. So to add to what Edri said, a motorcycle purchase is not like a car purchase. A car purchase is very practical in terms of decision making. Kasya ba yung pamilya ko dito? Kasya ba sa garahe ko to? Afford ko ba to? A motorcycle is an emotional purchase more than a practical purchase. So
I agree,
it has,
I agree.
ano ba, it has to, sabi nga ni Yama Dennis, di ba? It has to rev your heart, di ba? So, yun eh. So, kahit anong sabihin nilang pros and cons nito, motorcycles are for me more emotional than practical in terms of when you get one. So, yun.
Yeah.
Kaya pala gano'n na lang yung mga fanboy.
So ngayon, invite natin si Julio. Kasi si Julio, na-ride niya rin both bikes. So, upo ka doon. Na-ride niya rin both bikes.
At saka si Dennis.
Actually, tama lahat na sinabi nila.
Ang masasabi ko lang, if you're gonna ask me sa mechanical, lahat sila magkakaproblema. As in like, hindi, makina lang naman to eh. Eventually lahat ng bagay magkakaproblema. Pero ang masasabi ko lang, yung mga repair shops and all that na gumagawa ng mga motor nyo, gagawin lahat ng paraan para maging reliable yung bike afterwards. If ever may nangyari, susubukan gawing as bulletproof as possible afterward. So, pwede kayong mag-visit sa Reborn Motor House sa amin. Pag may Himalayan kayo na regular spoke, pwede namin gawing tubeless conversion, as said. Actually, akin, I'm thinking, gagawin ko rin ulit tubeless conversion yung akin, even if tubeless spoke. Kasi I want to run tire sealant sa bike ko. You can't put tubeless tire sealant dun sa tubeless spoke kasi magko-corrode yung rims. So even if may pa rin, may benefit pa rin yung may tire sealant ka eh.
Grabe ka, gastos na naman kagad tayo sa report.
Akala ko just to make a point.
Ito serious question. Talk about suspension for both bikes. Suspension. So yung Himalayan, yung Hima 450, non-adjustable siya. Preload lang sa rear. As they said, sobrang plush yung suspension niya. Kasi it's made for touring, it's made for going up the rocky mountains of the Himalayas. So kailangan plush siya. So it goes along with the chill vibe of the bike. Yung CF Moto naman, fully adjustable front and rear, pero yung rear walang compression. Opinion ko, yung harap sobrang tigas, yung likod sobrang lambot. If maglalagay ka ng pannier rack or if may OBR ka, actually lubog ka agad yung rear mo. So antay pa tayo na onte, hopefully makalabas ng suspension upgrade for the rear para pantay na yung harap at likod niya. Natotoo na naman yan pero kulang pa rin eh kung tanong mo ako. So far yun lang, mag-enjoy na lang muna. Eventually,
Upgrade na natin lahat ng tong dalawa.
Yun yun. Alright.
Sige.
Dennis.
Okay, thanks Dennis. Okay, that's it. Last na talaga yun. And yeah, watch out for the next episode. Cheers!
Ayun na. Ayun na, sakto